You know, I'd like to say some few words um, about God. Well, when you born, God made us way all smarter. He made you fearfully, wonderfully in your mama's tummy. When you know that place, He sees that. He made your hands, He made your legs and arms, He made everything fearfully, wonderfully. And when you're born, you record the day number one. How you gonna grow up to be? How you gonna be? So He records every daily of the human being. So, uh, okay, you grow up and then you start going to school. You see, you start going to school and you learn ABC and you start to learn to ride. You start kindergarten, elementary, and then you go to prep, and then you go to um, do here one or two or three, and then you pass. You go to high school or you go to national high school, because you grow in your smartness. Because God already made you smart. See, you grow in your smartness as you grow up, um, and you go to school, and whatever that interests you, and you finish high school and what that come to you, or you read from the news or media or people were talking about it, and you interesting to become what you wanted to become, you see. So God grant you with that. What do you want to become? God, you want to become that, so you want to become a doctor. Okay, God grant you with that. You want to become a nurse or a teacher, or whatever you see is that interest in you, that God grants you with that. So as for me, whatever I see that interest in me, you see, when I was in boarding school and I come out, and sometimes you go into town, and what you see is like you grow in your smartness and what interests you, and you wanted to become what you want to become. God grant you with that. So I want to work in an office. So that's what I wanted to be. So God sees that and grant me with that. So you go to a college and you finish what you can do, and then you become, but you grow in your smartness. Like you go to college or you go to university, you get your certificate. But when you start working, you start building yourself up, because God already made you smart. So you grow with your smartness. No one, God created no one stupid, because it's unfair, because we are the image of God. You see, He made you and me as His own image, and He made us we all smart. So you wanted to become like, okay, He creates someone He wants to create computer or anything like that. God grant him with that, but you can't be over the top of God, because God grant you what you wanted to become. So He's there because He made you smart. You see, okay, okay, a doctor. Okay, everyone can't be a doctor or pilot or anything. So people have to work according to the interest that they wanted to become. So God bless them with whatever desire that they have, because He made we all smarter as His own image. So God bless someone who wants to build a computer, you see. Because as we grow up in our smartness, and things change as the level of life and standard, as we move to the standard of living and everything. So as we grow in smartness and what people they see, because you already made you smart, you see. Okay, like you got the ice scraper building. Okay, someone invented the thing, that the crane, someone in Australia or Victoria. So God made you smart, you see. That what He wanted to do, God grant you with that. So someone invented the computer, because okay, The first was the typewriter that we use in office and everything. And then, okay, as you grow in your smartness and you building up, as the world is evolving and going more high, so then they invented the computer. So as we grow up, you see, you God bless you with what you wanted to do and what you want to become. So you'll be growing in our smartness. That's how we become. So, like as for me, like I was going to a college after year 10. You see, I was very young, and I went to this college. It's a day student, day college. So I used to stay with my big cousin, and then I go to study after I went to the computer college I was studying. And sometimes, like, he gave me bus fare, but he doesn't give me lunch money, or he never provide any food unless we have visitors. They come to our house, he provide food. So he works in a factory where he make he's an engineer, he fix the machine where they make biscuits. So the house, we had lots of biscuits, but there's no food. So sometimes I go to school and I got no money for lunch. I go bus fare, but there's no money. I have to budget my money. So sometimes I used to be really hungry, you see, really hungry, and I come home and there's no food, and I buy 20 cents cup of tea from next door just to dip all my biscuits in to eat, to survive, to sleep. The houses we have biscuits, but there's no food. So when I was in college studying, and I go bus fare that I can travel like 50 cents to go into the city to study and then come home, like 1 kina, or like 50 cents each way. So I come home, there's no food, but there's biscuits. I pay 20 cents to someone who was selling a cup of tea or coffee next door. And I used to give 20 cents, and they made me this coffee, and I dip all my biscuits in, and every night I used to eat that and sleep. That's some of the things that you went through, like stuff that you've been through when your desire led you to do what you wanted to do, and you put your heart and mind to it. So whatever challenge that comes to you, just put it at the back. You want to get what you want to achieve. So when I finished my school, I went and get a job. So these are some of the things that they come to challenge you in your life, but you have to be strong and tough, because at least you got a bus fare that you can go to school and come back, and you got a roof. That's important to sleep, and then food, like biscuit is a food. So I was surviving on that, and I finished my college, and I went and I got my job after a year. I just got my job. This is a bit of story, when you go through some things like this, and then you come to a country like this.